Welcome to TechEd 2017, Day 2. Nathan Crook with GB & Smith, here today with our customer, Jawahar of ARI Fleet. Jawahar, good to see you.
Good to see you, Nathan.
Excellent. Thank you for taking some time to talk with us today. So we're talking about customer success, and we're talking about the 360 Suite and how customers are really going about leveraging the BusinessObjects tools that we create to tackle real business challenges and create real business value. So Jawahar, I wanted to ask you about what were some of the things that you were dealing with or challenges you were trying to tackle that led you to look at the 360 Suite? And then how did you go forward with deciding whether this was something that you wanted to bring in your landscape?
Yeah, so let me start. Let me give you the background of our ARI. We have a 3.1 system, which is currently we support North America, and 4.1 in the UK and analytics. So our 3.1 environment has like a huge 1.5 million objects, like reports.
1.5 million?
Yes.
Wow.
2.5 million instances. So we were looking for some tool which can leverage, because we have some our users are asking for metadata information and also auditing what objects been used, because we are in the process of migrating the 3.1 to 4.2.
Okay.
So we're looking at it, and then some of my colleagues, like some of my friends actually, who is using 360 suggested, okay, this is the product, you need to look at it. And then happened to be 2 years ago, I was in BI Analytic Conference in Austin.
Right.
So I stopped by your booth and got a demo of it, and then went back to my New Jersey and then got a demo from you guys, and we reviewed a couple of other vendors as well. But your demo was paid attention to us. And then immediately we reached out to Bruno, and then we got temporary licenses, and we did the POC. And we did the POC, and then everybody was within a month, we got approval from our management saying that this is the tool we are going to go with. So that's how. And during the POC process, because of our huge environment, so what kind of some issues happened, but immediately it was resolved. Then we got completed successfully in POC.
Oh, that's great.
That's kudos to Bruno.
Nice. Yeah, Bruno makes the magic happen. The man behind the camera. So that's awesome. It's such a great story where you can really take advice from friends, right, and actually bring it into your landscape and prove out that this is something you want to go forward with. So now, fast forward, you've taken this into production, you've attacked a migration. What are the bigger features that you've found that really brought value to that process and continued administration? Yeah.
So, as I explained earlier, I'm the only admin at ARI. I manage BI platforms and ETL environments, all information management environments. So, some of the users are coming to me and asking for the auditing information and also metadata information. Metadata information is very difficult to get it, so we had to use some macros to extract information, get it in Excel. So this, after we invested in the 360 tools, so we gave the access to the reports. So those users don't need to come to me asking for help, and they have access readily. Only from my side, I run the jobs on the back end. So I schedule those jobs, 360 jobs. They get all the metadata, auditing information. So whatever they require,
so they can get self-service
kind of. So they are happy. Only if there's some critical situation, they come to me. So that's okay. So happy to help them. And again, the main issues were, we were doing about a couple of months ago, we were doing the POC on the migration for 3.1. We took 500 reports. We have a DESKI, 80% of our DESKI, our landscape is freehand SQL reports.
Wow.
So the conversion process is not easy. And the RCT tool, and it was a lot of issues. And then the 360 view, we could able to get that information. Suppose we had a couple of, I can explain it to a couple of issues. One is, because since our environment is very old, we have some connections were created using Oracle 9, 8, and there was new connections. After the conversion, what happens was the same connection information, but the Oracle client, the information is different.
Right.
So RCT tool couldn't recognize that after the conversion. So the only way is every time I had to reopen that manually, and it takes some time. So the 5 minutes for each report, so that's a huge effort.
Right.
So we found like a 360 view. We reached out to Bruno and support, and they immediately said, like, we already have the feature, Vision 360 view. Why can't you leverage that, right? So we use that feature. So we could able to change all the connections within like a less than a half hour, which
so
used to take like hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
So imagine if you are going to do the migration, we have a 1.5 million objects. Even if you say 10% of them are actually used, if you had to open each individual report, it's going to take like thousands of hours manual effort.
Huge manual effort.
Yeah, and also there was another issue was the reports has a refresh and open option enabled. The reports were not converting the disk reports to ABI. So that we reached out again to Bruno and the support, and then we got that issue, like address immediately, and then we have it works with the 3.1. So what we want to do is check the option, uncheck the option in 3.1 before the conversion, and after the conversion enable the option.
Right.
So that resolve like a lot of issues, and then there's no manual effort.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
completely we can concentrate on actual stuff.
Right.
And then 360 bind is a regression testing, right? Again, we don't need to open each individual reports after the conversion. So each one use the bind, so only thing is we need to set the prompts if you have reports as prompts. That is a little bit but once we set up that, that's like a you can go and then
huge time saving.
Huge time saving, like, and then cost saving for us.
So ultimately, support's been working well for you.
Yes.
And the software has been solid and giving you a force multiplier to be able to handle managing 1.5 million objects.
Yeah, that is true.
That's amazing, and that's a great story. No matter how small or how big the landscape, you can see the 360Suite really brings that value. So tonight, amazing as that is, one man managing 1.5 million reports, we're going to be doing giving Jawahar an award for Best Admin of 2017 at the Paris Baguette tonight, 6 to 7:30. Join us. We're going to be talking about lots of other customers as well as Jawahar will be there. So please come out, learn, talk to us, and see if maybe a trial or some of this value could come to life in your environment. Thanks.
Thank you.